Hi, I'm Marjory Bancroft, Director of Cross-Cultural Communications. Welcome to InterpreTIPS, your chance to get answers to any questions you've ever had about interpreting. Today's question comes all the way from Asia, from a refugee resettlement agency and supervisor. It's about filling out forms again. Here's the question. Thought I'd check out your InterpreTIPS forum today. This is really neat. I love your videos. The question of whether interpreters should fill out forms is one I've been doggedly pursuing. To get cases through with our current staffing and time constraints, the interpreter helps with forms ahead of time. We don't use the same interpreter to fill out the form and interpret on the case, mainly for impartiality reasons, but it doesn't solve the problem of the questions an applicant might have for the provider while filling out the form. Great question. Yes, I have all the sympathy in the world. I know it's inconvenient. I know you're working at an agency where resources are limited, and you're obviously very conscientious. However, there might be other solutions. For example, would it be possible to get one provider and then just schedule a whole forms filling out session with applicant after applicant? One possibility. Another possibility, since you actually have several sites to work with, is whether you could schedule the two interpreters, I'm assuming they're not the same language pair, so that one interpreter is asking the questions and writing down the answers while the other one is interpreting those questions. And then at a remote location on another site, a provider is standing by on Skype to answer questions. And I just throw these out as possibilities. Perhaps some other solution, of course, is possible, but the question is, why shouldn't you let two interpreters fill out the forms? Risk and liability, that's the big one. If something goes wrong, it could also cost you money, depending whether it's a healthcare service or social service, what service is being provided. So things that applicants don't understand, things that aren't clear, lead to mistaken answers on the forms. There are other consequences for the interpreters. It's really uncomfortable when the questions are being asked and there's no one to ask them to. It does violate interpreting ethics, and it leads to situations where at the end of the day, the applicant's questions may never be answered. That's happened to me personally when the receptionist, for example, in healthcare situation had to step in as the provider, and every time the applicant asked a question, the receptionist would say, I don't know. And when she went into the appointment I interpreted for, she never asked the questions to the doctor. So it is a common problem. We recognize that interpreters are expected to all the time, but we hope that you, the supervisors and providers, can find other solutions. Thanks so much for asking. For the rest of you, if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to our YouTube channel. Thank you.